Hello, and thank you so much for being here. Now, today is a first. After I did this video, after I edited it and really watched it, there was so much more content that I wanted to put into it. So two things in this extra intro for this video. One, I did approach several of my African American successful male friends about their tips. These aren't my tips. These aren't my ideas. This isn't my life experience. This is theirs, and I'm sharing it with you. But after I narrowed it down to 10 and I did the video, some more great tips came in. So I've added those in the description of this video down below. Please look in the description to get those extra bonus tips. And a second thing that I wanted to say, please understand my heart in this video and delivering this message to you. Let's take color off of the table. Let's just, in the context of what I'm trying to do, let's just look at each other as human beings. Character is what matters, right? Not color. So maybe the fact that it is a white guy sharing this information with young black men is a good thing because it crosses those racial boundaries, and we shouldn't even have boundaries. We're all humans. It should really all be about character. So please understand my heart in trying to deliver these tips to you. I hope you love them. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you apply them into your life. Hello, and thank you so much for being here on this very important episode. I'm going to tackle a subject that is extremely important. It's important to my heart, and hopefully it's important to you. It's important to our culture. It's just so many levels. So today I'm going to give you the top 10 success tips for young black men. Okay. Let's just state the obvious right now. I'm not black. I am a white man. So what do I know about this subject? Quickly, I'll tell you that I have several successful, great black friends in my life, and I consulted them and I asked them the question, if you had 15 minutes with a young black man and you had his attention, what would you tell him to encourage him and equip him for life? And this is what they told me. All right, they each gave me some great tips, and I narrowed it down to what I deemed to be the top 10. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you take the time to watch this and go through the very end to learn all 10 tips. And if this isn't you, if this doesn't apply to you, I guarantee you, you have someone in your life, you have a friend in your life, family member or something, you're associated some way with somebody who could benefit from this video. So I encourage you to share it with other people. Okay, this isn't necessarily the top 10 in order. This is just 10 top success tips, right? So number one, you need to know that you matter. You are important. God made you for a reason. You matter. Never, never let culture, let your friends, let family members, let negative people in your life tell you that you don't matter, that you were, born a certain color and therefore you were going to be held back, and all the negativity around that. Everybody's out to get you. You don't really matter. You're just a number. You're a statistic. You're not a statistic. You are God's child and you matter. So start there. Understand that you are important, that you have value. Your life has value. There's so many things that you can do in your life, but it starts with a self-worth. You have to have that self-value to understand that you are treasured, you're admired, you're loved, and you're important. So start there. Get a new understanding of who you are as a person, and just understand that you matter. Number two, so important, guard your mind. Garbage in, garbage out. Whatever goes into your mind, whatever you subject yourself to, the TV, the entertainment, the movies, the culture, the music, your friends, your surrounding, the things that you let go into your mind are going to shape who you are. So you need to figure that out and let positive things, let helpful things, successful things, great ways of thinking into your life. Surround yourself with people who will pour that good into your life. Turn off the radio if the lyrics are demeaning and you know they're not good. Turn off all the things in your culture that say that you're going to be this way, you're going to live this way, this is who you are, this is who your dad was, your granddad was, your mama was, everybody around you, this is who you are, so that's just the way it's going to be. Turn all of that off and start thinking right now. What you let into your mind is going to shape who you are. So be very careful, be very selective what you let come into your mind, because it will absolutely either poison you or it will empower you. The two things, either good stuff or bad stuff, has that power to do that for you. It's either going to poison you and hold you down, hold you back, or it's going to empower you and let you climb out of where you are now, up above into the upper ranks of success and really who you need to be to live life to the fullest. Number 3, you need to know the power of your decisions. Understand that you're not under people's thumbs. You don't wake up as a puppet and everybody's controlling you. Everybody else has the strings to your puppet and they're guiding your life. You need to know that you are in control of the decisions that you make. You and only you are in control of the future that you're going to paint for yourself. So get a grasp of that. Understand that you have the power over your own decisions. It's just a matter of knowing the right decisions to make, because culture is going to lead you down the wrong path. Your friends, if they're wayward, are going to lead you down the wrong path. They might take you down the path of premarital pregnancies, which is very tough to deal with. And you've got a fatherless society. If you're a girl watching this, don't fall into that trap. If you're a guy, don't trap a girl into this. Just stay away from that. Premarital pregnancy causes major problems. Don't fall into that. Maybe incarceration, just criminal activity. Stay away from it. Don't do that. It's your decision. You can decide to be a part of that or decide to rise above that. Don't think that education is a waste of time. Don't think that education is not within your reach, because it is. You just have to make the decision and buckle down and understand through middle school, through high school, through early college, maybe even a community college, maybe an online college. There are things within your grasp. There's places that you can go to work for minimum wage that have college opportunities for you to pursue. There's so many different ways, maybe scholarships, maybe a grant, maybe financial help that you can go through with the government. There's different ways to pursue that. You need to find people who are going to guide you and help you understand the power of education, understand the power of reading. Most books are free. You can go to the library and get books on what you want to do, get books on people that you admire, the authors that you admire, the successful people that you admire, and the books that they've written to help you follow that. You're not blazing your own trail necessarily. You don't have to do that, and it's not that monumental. You can find other successful people, read their books, and decide that you're going to be a reader, because readers are leaders. The more you read, the more you feed your mind, the more you feed stuff into your life from other positive people, the more likely you're going to be able to reach that goal that you want, that success that you want, to be able to climb out of where you may be right now. Number 4, you need to find your purpose. First, understand that you were created for a purpose. Everybody has talents, skills, maybe untapped. Maybe you haven't figured out that you have a certain skill. Just expose yourself to different stuff. Find out what you love. Find out what lights you up and pursue that. So understand that you do have a purpose. You just need to figure out what that is. I've got another video, another episode that's just on finding your purpose. Please take the time to watch that and go through it and figure out how that process works and how you can truly dig in and find what your purpose is. But as far as this goes, number 4, find your purpose is just an understanding that you do have a purpose. Find it and pursue it. Number 5, this is so huge, and I touched on it just a little bit earlier. Number 5, choose your friends wisely. You always hear, and you may have heard this, you become the average of the 5 people you hang around most. So the 5 people that you're around, you're going to kind of be the average of that. So if you look at those 5 people that you hang around and figure out who they are now and where their future looks like they're going, ask yourself, do you want to be there? Is that who you want to be? Is that who the pattern that you want to follow, or do you want to break that and get away from it? So back to know that it's your decision. You need to cut out poisonous people, toxic people in your life. You need to cut them out. So the people that are in your life, the 5 best friends that you've got right now, if one of them, 2 of them, all of them are poisonous, toxic, they just bring you down, they're negative, their path, the way that they're going is not going to be a great future, break away from that. It's tough, but it's your decision. So surround yourself with the right people and choose your friends wisely, because they can make you or they can break you. Number 6, a lot of this is way more possible if you find a mentor. If you can find someone, anyone, a school teacher, a principal, a friend down the street. Maybe your dad is still in your life and he's a strong figure. Maybe an uncle, maybe a granddad. There's somebody that could be a mentor for you. Find that male model, that male role model in your life that you can dig into and you can pull from, and just go to them humbly and say, look, I'm trying to make a change in my life. I'm trying to figure out how I live life to the fullest, because I want to break any chains in my life that's holding me back, any mindsets, any poisonous mindsets, toxic mindsets that are holding me back. And I want to break through that. And I need your help. I want to meet with you weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, however you want to do it. But just ask that person, and I guarantee you, you will find somebody to pour into your life. Even if you walk by a local church, just go in and say, look, I'm trying to make some changes. I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to figure out who I am as a person, and I want to rise above, and I want to be the best I can be. Find someone in that church, because they've got people that'll pour into your life. So find the right person as a mentor, even if it's online. Figure out who you love, who you aspire to be, who inspires you, who you see and look up to. Find that person and read their books, watch their videos, let them pour into you. So there are different ways if you don't have that one-on-one. Of course, the one-on-one physical contact is great, because they're right there with you and you can, see their emotion and all, and they're talking specifically into your life. If you find something online, they're not necessarily talking into your life. They're just generically talking into people like you. So you need to make sure that you really focus and figure that out. Who is going to be your mentor? And take any obstacles away. Take any fear away or embarrassment away of asking somebody, because trust me, if they're the right person, they're going to be honored that you ask them to pour into their life. Do it and figure that out. Number 7, understand money. That is so important. You need to understand money, because money can be good or bad. And you hear money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. Money is good. Here's the problem, because that phrase has been hijacked. It's not money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So if you find yourself loving money and chasing that and setting other things aside where you're just money, 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 that's wrong, and that can bury you. But you need to understand the power of money and what it means in your life. You need to figure out investing. Once you have enough, you need to figure out how to save money. You need to figure out how to make money. So don't spend it on frivolous stuff. Don't rent things. Don't get into debt. Matter of fact, I've got another video, I think it's either 5 or 6 tips. The financial tips that I wish I knew when I was 20. Look for that episode also on my channel and dig deeper into finances, into money, to figure out what that means in your life, what it can do for you good or what it can do for you bad. Because you can start down the road of not understanding money and just chasing gold chains and rings on your finger and all the things that culture can throw at you. The whole, the rap lifestyle or the celebrity lifestyle. I could do a whole episode just on that. A lot of that is just poison going into your life, like the rap lyrics these days, and how demeaning it is to females, and how they objectify, is that the right word? How they just turn women into objects. And the names that they use, the slang names that they use, is just wrong. But they do flash that gold and the chains and all this stuff, the cars, and it can be tempting, it can be enticing, and you want to pursue that. You need to understand that's an unhealthy view of money. That's not what money is really all about. When you make money, like I said, in the financial tips that I've got on the other episode, you need to figure out where the first 10% goes, where the second 10% goes, what happens to the 80% that you're left with. Build those structures into your life and truly have a solid understanding of what money is, how to use it for you, how to grow money. There's ways to do that. Don't just think that you know because you've got, $100 in your pocket, what you're gonna spend it on is usually the first thing. But you need to figure out the wisest way to take that 100 and turn it into 150, turn it into 200. You need to make your money work for you, and there's ways to do that. But you have to learn all of those skills about money. You need to learn how to earn money and let that money earn money for you. You need to figure out how to use that money the right way to make a difference in your life financially. So understand money. Number 8, and this is a huge one. This all comes down to attitude, right? This is a big tip that I want to pour into you. Assume the best in people first. So be kind. When you walk out into public, when you're just out there and you see black, yellow, white, red, brown, you see all these different people out there in life, assume the best in people first. You rise above that negativity. Don't assume that they don't like you, or that they're holding you back, or that they're, have a negative personification of who you are, a negative assumption of who you are. Assume the best. Because going back to what Martin Luther King Jr. wanted and what he preached was character. Character is what you should see in people, not color. Don't see me by my color. Don't judge me by my color. Don't see color in other people. See character. So live that in you. Have that, breathe that in, that your character matters. When you go out there, other people's character matters. So assume the best in people. Be kind. If they return negativity, just keep being kind. Show them your character. Show them who you are. Don't let their assumptions be true. That's the worst thing that can happen. So if you go and somebody perceives you as being, oh, you're up to something, you're going to be negative, you're going to talk back to me, you're going to be disrespectful, you're going to maybe steal something from me. If they've got these horrible, negative, racist attitudes, don't fulfill that. Don't let that be true. Rise above and be the better person. Show that your character is who you are, because that's what's going to matter. And assume the best in them. Even if, and this is a touchy subject, cops, white cops can have an automatic negative attitude towards black people that they pull over. Let's just call it for what it is. It is that. But comply first, question later. Comply first. If they come to you with that negative, oh, you're going to be this or this, because they already have personified who you're going to be and how you're going to act, don't fulfill that. Don't resist it. Don't talk back. Don't try to grab your phone and put them on Facebook Live. Don't do any of that stuff. Just comply. And then it's going to slowly shift their brain, and they're like, oh wow, this guy's kind of cool, it's all right, it's going to be okay. You know what, I'm just going to give you a warning. Maybe they do give you a ticket, maybe you were doing something wrong, but just comply and question later. There'll be plenty of time to question later. If they take it way too far, and if they incarcerate you and bring you in, you can still question later. You can figure that out later. But the first thing that's going to be your best friend in any situation is to comply first, especially with law enforcement. Question later. Just do what they say. Be respectful, because you need to break down the negative attitudes that they've already built, and they come with that in them to you. You need to figure out how to get around that, so that breaks the wall of what they perceive you are going to be. Just mess with them. Mess with their mind when you're like, yes, sir, Sir, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, I know I was speeding and I apologize for that. I won't do it. I was in a hurry. I had whatever going on. I just lost track of my speedometer. I apologize for that. I know it was dangerous and I know it was wrong. Just do that. What's so hard about doing that? Just do that, and you're probably going to shock them, and they're probably going to say, oh, okay, well, this guy's kind of cool. It's all right. We can get past this. Maybe not, maybe so, but more likely it's the maybe so. There's still going to be people out there that just are who they are, and they've got their own poison. They've got their own toxicity. I think that's how you say that. Their own toxicity, their own poison in them, and there's nothing you can do about that. Just be the best you can be and rise above that. Don't fall into their trap. Don't give them what they want. They want you to resist. They want you to talk back in a lot of cases because that's who they've already perceived you to be. And I'm talking about a small percentage of people, a small percentage of cops, because most are not. That's why I say always assume the best first, then figure out the rest of it later. Number 9, and this is unfortunate, but it is what it is. In America, in a white culture, as a black man, you're going to have to work harder. Sometimes you're going to have to work twice as hard to get where you want to go, to prove yourself. And it sucks, and I get it, but the odds are stacked against you. But once you start applying these 10 principles in your life, you can rise above. You can work harder. You can figure it out. You can figure out the job opportunities, the education opportunities. All these different things that you're going to be presented with are going to be tough. Just accept it. I don't mean accept it as in it's okay. I mean just understand that's the way it is because I'm in this country and there are racist people in this country, but I'm going to rise above it because I'm going to go back to these 10 things, and one of those being character matters. I'm going to let my character dictate where I go, and I'm going to let my decision making dictate where I go in life. I'm going to live life to the fullest, and this is the way it is, and I'm going to rise above. But just understand that challenge and accept that challenge for what it is. And at face value, it's going to be hard, but you can do this. Look at all the people, look at all the African American, the black guys out there who have succeeded, who've risen above. They've done phenomenal things in their life. Phenomenal things. There's no reason that can't be you. You look at the successful businessmen, the successful athletes or celebrities or business owners, all these people out there that in the Christian walk, the different leaders, the Christian leaders that are out there making a huge difference, the people that are charitable, who give back, the doctors in the medical field. You look at all these African American men who have risen above. There's no reason why you can't do that, but understand they didn't get there. It didn't fall in their lap. They worked hard. They worked harder than anybody around them to do it. So embrace that challenge and just do it. And number 10, I'm going to land the plane with this one because it's so important. I don't know where you are in your walk. I don't know where you are with your belief system, but you need to know God. You need to understand who He is in your life. You need to understand who Jesus Christ is in your life. Figure that out. Go to somebody. If you've never heard the gospel, if you've never heard the story of Jesus Christ and God and creation and what that means to you and how you can have a personal relationship with Jesus, you need to figure that out. So no matter, like I said, where you are, the other 9 things, great. You can do that. You can charge after it. But the glue, the foundation, the solid rock that all of this stands on is your relationship with Jesus Christ. You need to know who God is and what His principles are in your life and what purpose He knit into you when He was forming you as a human being. He gave you these talents. They come from Him. These opportunities, they come from Him. These relationships that you can possibly have with mentors, they're going to come from Him. So if you have Him as the foundation of who you are, you're going to have that friend for life. You're going to have that heavenly mentor, that heavenly father. If you don't have a dad, lean into God. That's exactly what I did. I was raised up in a trailer park with a single mom who prayed over me because I didn't have a dad in my life. And she prayed over me and said, God, I want you to come in and I want you to be his father. Anytime he needs a dad role, please step in, take over him. I give him your life. I give him his raising. I want you to help me and be his dad. I remember that prayer as a little kid. My mom praying over me that prayer, that God be my dad. He can be your dad. Lean into him, figure out who he is, get around the right people, because wow, there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of things going wrong in religion. Be careful of religion. Sometimes it ain't great, but God is, his word is, the Bible is. Find those good people who really know what's going on and are speaking the truth. Find those people, let them pour into your life, figure out who God is, and he is the glue that holds all this together. Okay, that's the 10. That's the 10 things. Now what? Here's two things that I'm going to finish with. Number one, expect ridicule. This is not going to be easy. People are going to come after you. Your friends are going to look at you negatively. They're going to say you can't. They're going to be naysayers. They're going to hold you back. They're going to call you names. When you start rising above, when you want more education, when you want to go to college, when you seek that job, when you start being wise with money, when you start making good decisions and not criminal activity, not talking back, assuming the best in people, being kind to other people, when you start doing these things, it sucks. But you are going to be called names. The culture does not want you to succeed. And if you've never heard this before, I'll say it. I've said it on other videos before. If you get a bucket and you put crabs in it, none of them be able to get out. Because one of them starts climbing up, the other one grabs it and pulls it back down. That's culture. People don't want you to succeed because of jealousy, because it's always been that way, because this is who we are. For whatever reason, they pull you back down. But you put a crab in a bucket by himself, and he'll be able to get up and reach the side and get out. That needs to be you. You need to forget the naysayers. Expect it. Expect the ridicule, but rise above it and understand that it doesn't matter, because you want to live life to the fullest and you want to get where you want to go. So understand it's going to happen and rise above it. And finally, this is big. I'm big in goal casting and vision casting. You need to write down who you want to be. You need to write down what your future self is. So get a piece of paper and write down what your education is going to look like, who your mentor might be, where you want to be, when you want to get your own apartment, when you want to get your own car, when you want to get your own house one day, what kind of job did you want, what kind of people you want to be around, what kind of church you want to be going to, how you want to influence other people, how you want to reach back into your community and help other people. Write those things down and keep them right in front of you. Have a list on your mirror, have a list in your car. If you have a car, have a list in your books, have a list on your computer, have a list on your phone, type it into your phone in the notes. Figure those things out, but cast a vision, a tangible vision of who you want to be, where you want to be, how you want to be living, and what living life to the fullest looks like for you. And keep that in front of you and do these 10 things over and over and over and let them become who you are. And you're going to get closer and closer to that list that you created. That visual picture of who you want to be is going to be extremely obtainable, within reach, if you do these 10 things. I hope this blessed you. I hope you enjoy stuff like this. I took on this challenge. I just did it, today. But I took on this challenge to myself. I've been thinking about it for over a year, that if I had about 15 minutes with a young black man, what would I say? And I asked all my African American friends, all the successful people in my life, I asked them that question. So pardon that it's coming from a white guy, a honky, white bread, cracker, whatever. All that crap, they're just names, they're just words, it doesn't mean anything. It's all a character. It's who we are as people, right? It doesn't matter. Names are just words, it's just nothing. Character matters. You matter. Embrace that. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.